Right along, right along, right along, right along. Hey, all you as you're coming, go ahead and share up the thing, share up the thing, share up the thing. It's right along for today, Wednesday. It's hum day. It's an exciting hum day. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Hope everybody's doing well. As you're coming, go ahead and share up the thing. First of all, I want to apologize. I'm a little bit late, and you guys know I'm terrified of being late, man. I hate being late. But anyway, it happens, right? So as you're coming, go ahead and share up the program right now for Wednesday. Let me see who's first on the live. Lacey J. Lacey J is first. Lacey J is first. How you doing, Lacey J? Big up yourself, Lacey J. Gail, I see you. How you doing? Big up yourself, Gail. Let me go ahead and share the program on my end. Let me go ahead and start a watch party over on my end. Everybody start a watch party and share the program because today we're going to touch on a very important current event issue, right? This current event issue is really affecting our entire family in Grenada. By extension, the extended family here in New York, but it has totally devastated the entire family, and they're here today to talk about it on the program. I'll tell you all about it, guys. It's if you haven't heard about it yet, about the incident that happened at Mongay, I was in the news yesterday. We will give you all the details about it, and we have the family member again to talk all about it here on the program tonight. So as you're coming, go ahead and share up the program because we are going to talk live. Let me start a watch party on my end, guys. And we're still having a problem with Facebook, and we're still having the issues with syndication. So we're going to need you guys to help us out and share up the program as well. Share it up to your friend. Put it on tag it on a page. Put it in a group. Whatever you have to do to get your friends and them involved, go ahead and do it. Because Facebook's sanctioning us, and we're still under sanction, and we're not getting any syndication out there to the people who's supposed to get notification. Okay? So let me do my part. I want you to do your part as well. Let me go ahead and do my part. Share here, there. Lacey J, where I'm putting you to work. Deanne Fraser, Lois JJ. All right. I'm almost there, guys. I'm almost there. Good night, Chandel. How are you doing? Good night to you. How are you doing? Hope you're having a great day so far. And somebody say you're not even going to mention anything about the inauguration. I'm going to talk briefly about the inauguration, right? And that's it. I'm not going to have no extended conversation about Trump. I'm not going to go ahead and have any extended conversation about election and all of these things, right? Because we spent a lot of time back and forth on this. But today's a very historical day in the US, right? We've seen for the past 4 years, the whole place looked like if it turned over. It was like an experiment gone bad. You know, like if you're a chemist or you're in a lab and you put together two bad mixtures and it just explode. Yeah, it was an experiment and it exploded. Terrifying. You take a mixture like ego and you give it to power. It's crazy. So that's what happened here, guys. Donald Trump is no longer the president of the United States, and that's a hallelujah for a lot of people. We have a brand new president, a brand new first lady, and they started to make progress already. All right, but one of the reasons why I want to touch on it a little bit, right, before I start on the subject matter for today. So I did a vlog earlier, and everyone know that I've been very, very critical of Trump, his policies, his lies. I've been very, very critical about that. Very, very critical. Somebody actually started to spread some kind of false information out there stating that I have been advocating for Trump. And that couldn't be the furthest thing away from the truth, guys. This is an absolute lie, right? So that is the conversation for some reason. People saying that I was supporter of Trump and advocating for Trump, and that never happened. So stop all your lies. From the beginning, I've been very, very critical of the administration and all the policies from beginning to end. Okay? Very, very, very critical about all the policies. Annette, how you doing, Annette? Yeah. So I'm gonna leave it right there. Probably sometime next week we're gonna have a debate, and well, tomorrow actually we're gonna talk about immigration, and we're gonna touch a little bit on the significance and what's the immigration impact for the new administration and what it means to us here in the Caribbean. But as far as it relates to Trump, I'm done. I'm done talking about Trump. That's it. No posting about Trump. Trump is done. He's gone. He's not here anymore. All right. Finish. And for the people, again, for the person or whoever has been out there spreading these lies about I'm a supporter of Trump, I've been a supporter, that never happened. That could have never happened, and it never happened at all. All they know better than that. All they know better than that. All right? Exactly. Me? Boy, no more posting on Trump. I agree. KBC, no more posting on Trump. And you're a moderator, so you know. All right, so let's get on to the program, guys. Yesterday, we got this. Well, it started to bubble up in the news before. But yesterday, it was a news article on GBN in Grenada. Let me tell you all the guys what really happened. There was a report that an inmate, or not an inmate, because it's not a prison, a patient at Mungay Hospital was allegedly sexually molested, right? And there were allegations that this patient got pregnant. I want you guys to look at this news clipping and you will get a better understanding on the story. And when we come back after on the other side of this story, we're going to talk about it with a family member. Check this out.
2 male members of staff at the Mungay Psychiatric Hospital are presently being investigated for alleged sexual assault or rape on a patient. Reports are that the young female patient has been placed at the facility for more than a year. According to reports, she expressed her discomfort being at the institution and asked to be removed. However, up to news time, she was still warded at the facility. GBN contacted Minister with responsibility for hospital services, Honorable Delma Thomas, on Tuesday, who indicated that the 2 individuals are presently on leave, while the Public Service Commission deliberates on the next course of action.
I heard of that information in December. We got the report. I spoke with Commissioner in December. From December, the police has been investigating. On the 29th of December, the police sent the report. We got it in the ministry, not to our ministry. They sent it to another ministry, but it came to us on the 12th of January. Investigation is ongoing, and while we wait on the Public Service Commission to guide on the next step, because we now have a report from the police, then it means that it is the best thing to do. If there's an active investigation, then you do not leave the people on the workplace. And remember, you are innocent until proven guilty.
Preliminary information reaching our news desk stated that the young lady was impregnated as a result of the alleged rape. However, further probe revealed that this is not so. GBN understands the alleged victim was placed within the institution, but not for medical purposes.
So that was reported. They said that the person is pregnant. However, when Commissioner called me yesterday, he said that when they were investigating and the family went to the doctor, the mother went to the doctor, they did a pregnancy test and whatever, and there was no pregnancy. So that needs to be clarified, that there isn't a pregnancy. But as we speak, the young lady is in Monge.
A plea goes out to relatives to render assistance to the young lady who needs their support. Christina John, GBN News.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure if you guys was hearing. Yeah, I guess you guys were hearing this. Okay, joining us right now to talk to us about this particular story is a family member. She's gonna join us via audio only to add some clarity to this. She's gonna be called tonight, Sister. That's gonna be her name. Sister, how you doing? Welcome to Ride Along. How you day been?
Hi, good night, Junior. Thank you so much. I am so sorry to contribute to the tardiness, all the technical issues we've been having, but thank you for accommodating me and thank you for having me here.
No problem, no problem. Sister, you contacted us yesterday because you wanted to add some clarity to this story right here. First of all, you are a close family member. You are, in fact, a sister of the person in question, correct?
Yes, correct.
All right, cool. So tell us from the beginning because it's a lot. It's very sketchy for a lot of people, and a lot of people hearing the story for the first time. What actually happened from the information that you gathered as a family member? What
Mm-hmm.
actually happened at Monge?
Okay, so after my aunt is the one who alerted me actually to the news article that was published, and then last night I saw the news reporting, which had the minister Delma Thomas as well as the reporter, reporting on the issue. Now the thing is, my sister has been she has been diagnosed with a mental disorder illness for a couple of years now. This is not something new. We, the family, have been dealing with it. I mean, if I do get choked up, I apologize because it's such a sensitive thing.
I
But
understand.
the thing is that she's been in and out. We've taken her for day passes. There were times when there was, functionality and stability. She's been home, you know, and until recent, she came home. My mom collected her. She was down there during the COVID, and as restriction relaxed and everything changed, my mom brought her home, and it's upon that my mom said she finds she looked like she was pregnant. Like she was seeing the symptoms of vomiting, and she was lethargic and things like that. So she inquired, and that's when she disclosed to her that two staff members, she had sex with them and raped her. So my mom called and she told me that. And, naturally, I asked for her to be put on the line. I asked her, can she tell me when it happened? She could have given me dates. She could have given me who. She could have given me the place where it happened. So the thing about it is that she's already vulnerable because having a mental issue is already done, put question in everybody's mind whenever
Right,
you mention something. So that
right,
already is questionable. So my mom, I said, you should get a home pregnancy test, do a test to see. They did it. It was inconclusive. A blood test was drawn. The doctor said that she didn't have, she wasn't pregnant. So my mom, because I said, a lot of times, sometimes this people are, because the question comes up because you're mentally ill, the tendency is to say, okay, well, maybe it's not so. But at the end of the day, she's an individual. She just have a mental illness, but I think it deserves an investigativeness. It's behind it. Let's see. Let's look into this. So my mom went, to the station and stuff, and did a report and told them what happened. They told her, with my sister, with her as well, and the investigation started. Now this was, they were doing their stuff, blah blah blah. She was telling me, what was going on as things unfold, and then here comes this news article and so on. So the thing is, with that now, she, you know, I'm just kind of like flabbergasted, really, because.
I want to get to that point, right? But I want to go back a little bit, right? I
Mhm.
want to go back a little bit because there were some claims of people saying that somehow she was neglected or left there.
I
Talk,
know.
talk to us about that. Like the,
Um, as I said, my okay. So my okay after she disclosed and the investigation started and the police was called in and everything. She was still home.
right,
And my mom had done an eye surgery on both of her eyes previously, about
right,
less than a year ago. So she was due to come up to the States to get it checked out, to see how it's healing. So during that time we were like, oh boy, she gotta come. This is the case. We know it. It wasn't out in the public eyes as yet, but we know, what is going on. And it's like, okay, we were sitting down and we were debating on how we gonna who we gonna, be able to leave her with. Why is my mom seek medical attention? I even offered to pay or why, but the fact is, having a mental illness, people are very skeptical about looking after or throwing an eye on because they're unpredictable. It's not like a geriatric person or a kid that you saw. So we tried that. We didn't get anybody. She has to seek medical attention. She's the caretaker of her. For her to be able to take care of her, she also has to take care of herself. So the thing about it is that the institution this is not a regular, someone was raped in a home, and then you kept bringing back them there and you're not seeking. This is an institution that is there as a safe haven. There's safety there. This is a vulnerable group, so you're there to make sure that they're safe. So in the event that something were to happen to her, I guess the idea is that, okay, well, if you know that happened, why did you bring her back there? That might be the question. But there's only one institution on the island that caters to mentally ill.
right,
And because of the unpredictability of the disease, proper supervision, because my mom is not there, she's up
right,
here, she's getting attention. So we make a judgment call after much deliberation that this is the best way we could be properly supervised. Because you leave her out, John Public is going to say, oh, something happened in the interim. Oh, they know she has a mental illness. She was left not properly supervised. So this is the institution is there for that.
right.
This is what admission says.
And you're right. That is the only institution on the island specifically for
Right.
that.
How do you
I
have
want
other go
I
ahead,
want to I
sorry.
want to I want to understand the chronological order of when you guys found out and what action was taken and what was done by the authorities. So she would have come to the family and said this happened. She gave you name. She gave you information pertaining to the incident. Correct?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Did she and she identified the person who did it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. What action was taken at that time? At that time when that information was given to you or given to the family? Was
That's
police called in?
my mom went to her down to the crime sex unit or the special victims unit.
Right,
Yes.
right. So you went there. What
Yeah, my
action?
mom. Mhm.
Your mom went there. What action did they immediately take? What report did you get from that at that
Well,
point?
they took their report. They said, they're going to investigate it. They took all the details. She gave them all the information that she has. And my mom, kept going back there. They make specific dates for her to return as more information unfold. And they were just doing the investigative, I guess, gathering information process. Like,
Right. Okay.
right.
So
Hmm.
between that time of the investigation, was she brought back to the institution?
No, she was only brought back about a week or so ago when my mom had to come up because she was due for that. That's the only time she wasn't brought back during all the interim when my mom would have gone there with the information. But she went down there, she came back home with my mom. She went down there, she came back home. It's only until my mom has to leave because of medical reason. That's
Right.
when,
That
right?
okay. So because your mom had to leave, now during the investigation, right? And of course, you identify the person. They know who the person were who had allegedly raped her, sexually abused her. Were that person fired? Were you given any report that any action
No,
was taken against that person?
no, no,
No
no.
action
That's
was.
why
Go
I
ahead.
do, I do, I do not. That's why when I heard Ms. Thomas mention about the suspension or I am also wondering, when did that occur? Did that happen after when this thing bust and the news is out there, or was it prior? because she stated, because I mean, I've listened to that clip like 1,000 times, and she stated she gave dates. She found out in December on the 24th, it reached there. The commissioner called it there. It went to that ministry, but not my ministry. We found out on the 12th. I mean, she had all of that. When in that interim, in all that processing, that is what I don't know. I cannot. I don't know. I've been calling. I've been calling. I called you because up until then, until I watch a news clip, is then I know what is the next process. No steps have to tell you, okay, this is that, and then that's the next step, and this is the next step. So I call the PSU, the Public Service Union. I call Home Ministry, to find out what is it. Who could give me more information after the gathering of information.
Right. Let me bring everyone up to speed on this story right here. We found out that from in the news that, I mean, that wasn't in the news, but the GBN did a coverage on it yesterday, and it is uh, something everyone is talking about right now.
Mm-hmm.
The family member, the sister, is on here to give us some inside information as to what actually transpired. The allegation is that uh, she being a patient at Mongay. Now, for those of you who don't know, Mongay, how would you classify Mongay? It's a psychiatric hospital. What's the description? I don't want to use the wrong descriptive word.
Well, I get what you're saying because I also did my own research to see, I know it's a psychiatric hospital. I
It's a
know
it's a
that they
psychiatric hospital,
Right.
right?
I also know that I think they have a specific area called the Rudin or something that is usually for the first admittance. I think people who have like really need to be restrained and who is like the mental disorder is so it's like new and they're adjusting, they're sent there. And then there's the other side where they have a little bit more freedom, where they're less restrained because they're more communal in that area, in that
Right.
sense, because, there's outpatient, but there's also, right.
So your sister, was she as far as having to be restrained, or what, did she have certain level of freedom? Um,
But
what
up until yes, until my sister had, I think this week my sister reached out because to go see her, and then I think at one point either it was Monday or so, she couldn't see her because they told her that she was in isolation, and then the next day they told her because of COVID reasons, you cannot come on the ward, but maybe arrangements could be made to see at a distance by the gate or something. But up until then, she's been in the ward, basically there.
Right. I want to play back that clip again. For those of you who missed it, this is a GBN clip. If you just came in, this is a clip that ran on GBN yesterday as it relates to this particular case. For those of you who missed it earlier.
Two male members of staff at the Mongay Psychiatric Hospital are presently being investigated for alleged sexual assault or rape on a patient. Reports are that the young female patient has been placed at the facility for more than a year. According to reports, she expressed her discomfort being at the institution and asked to be removed. However, up to news time, she was still warded at the facility. GBN contacted Minister with responsibility for hospital services, Honorable Delma Thomas, on Tuesday, who indicated that the two individuals are presently on leave, while the Public Service Commission deliberates on the next course of action.
I heard of that information in December. We got the report. I spoke with Commissioner in December. From December, the police has been investigating. On the 29th of December, the police sent the report. We got it in the ministry, not to our ministry. They sent it to another ministry, but it came to us on the 12th of January. Investigation is ongoing, and while we wait on the Public Service Commission to guide on the next step, because we now have a report from the police, then it means that it is the best thing to do. If there's an active investigation, then you do not leave the people on the workplace. And remember, you are innocent until proven guilty.
Preliminary information reaching our news desk stated that the young lady was impregnated as a result of the alleged rape. However, further probe revealed that this is not so. GBN understands the alleged victim was placed within the institution but not for medical purposes.
So that was reported yesterday that the person is pregnant. However, when Commissioner called me yesterday, he said that when they were investigating and the family went to the doctor, the mother went to the doctor, they did a pregnancy test and whatever, and there was no pregnancy. So that needs to be clarified, that there isn't a pregnancy. But as we speak, the young lady is in Monge.
A plea goes out to relatives to render assistance to the young lady who needs their support. Christina John, GBN News.
All right. And we're back here. This is a story that we're following, and we have the family member on the line with us. Sister,
Yes.
what are some of the? I know this particular story is trying, and the family's not taking it easy. I could imagine how your mother is feeling about it, not being able to be there to render the support. Um, how is the family dealing with this story?
It has been trying because I mean this is something that we've been dealing with, personally. This is a young adult, um, that educated, and my mom have always been there, make sure that we're all taken care of, and she did everything that she can. And the whole idea that mental illness is not discriminatory of anybody, so that in itself is already something that we're dealing with. But the whole idea of, the portrayal, and I know the sensationalism of all of this, this is vulnerable group. She has already stigmatized. And the thing about victims, that's why I chose to, be to talk on anonymity.
Anonymous, yeah.
Yeah, because, sometimes we focus so much on the victim. And I think what kind of played out for me too is listening to the report and Ms. Delma Thomas speaking. Maybe it's my interpretation, but how I read it, it's like I felt like she went on the defensive, and I find it was a defensive of let me secure my office, let me secure the portfolio that I have. I didn't feel that there was anything speaking about, okay, like how she emphatically and emphasized, remember, you're innocent until proven guilty. I don't think anything was mentioned to say we take this matter seriously, and in spite of, we're gonna make sure there's a thorough investigation and we don't condone this. I just felt it like you got things like, oh, and she's in the institution out there. I speak to the commissioner and she's not pregnant. We need clarity on that. I felt like there isn't a support even there. It's like you're kind of saying, oh, yeah, all of this is happening and she's still there. If, okay, hypothetically, my mom is home, she's home. We have this alleged case against her. She has an old boss because mild or erratic, the thing about mental illness, it's something that is unpredictable. If something were to happen, does that mean that we leave her out today because of the allegations, and she don't seek treatment, or does that mean because it's only one institution there? If there were another alternative, gladly. But this is what is there. So I think sometimes I feel from that clip like the idea of the institution needing to be looked at closely and things needing to be done to make sure that that person has a safe haven. It's like, oh, I feel like I read like, okay, there's question anyway because she mentally ill. We don't know if her story is true. I felt that more could have been done to show that, regardless it's allegation of or factual, whatever it is, it amounted up to. But we
Mhm.
are not condoning any of this. And just as how she, said, remember, prove innocent until proven guilty. I didn't really hear no responses to say, but regardless of what, we are going to be turning no stones unturned, be very investigative because this is a thing that is already questionable. We ask the regular abuses is already you have people oh, maybe she mother don't like the man, so she make her do that for him. You got the victims are always being in place in those kind of things, and then questions are already going to be ensue because the fact that she has mental, and then so you need that support, extra advocate. That even if you're speaking, because I felt like there wasn't, she wasn't impartial. Let me speak
Right.
to the But oh, what are you talking? I don't hear you say, we need clarity on the pregnancy. This is not just a pregnancy. So it's like saying, okay, well, if you don't imagine they say she's pregnant and she's not pregnant. So I wonder if she was raped too. That is what I gathered from that.
Right.
And I just
Right.
feel that she should, I don't know if whatever John Crow or the public, because I felt like she had to defend the office she hold, the portfolio, whatever. But this is not about you. This is about the allegations, the victims, the perpetrators, and I felt she could have speak more on let me, we're gonna be thorough about this, and we're not gonna leave nothing undone.
Yeah.
So it's been, and then of course, as I said, the news clip ends with, "Oh, the family and the support, please reach out." And we know that when things end is the last thing. So this
Mhm.
implication, as if to say, well, she's being neglected and we just pop her in there for no reason, or or we couldn't deal with. No,
And that's a
no,
sense. That's a sense that you get, and that's a sense a lot of people are saying. Like,
I
so why the
understand.
family? So why the family just dump her this so and
I
just left
understand.
her?
I know. I know.
But that is obviously not the case. She
No.
does have you know she does have problems that you dealing with psychological issues that she's taken to that particular institution, which is responsible for that. And your mom is not in the country. Does she have anybody else in Grenada that could have, or any other
and
family member
and
that?
and that's the thing, Junior. This wasn't a decision that we took lightly, because the fact is, okay, the fact is she has a mental disorder, she has an illness. We're aware of that. We know there have been times when, even with my mom, she ran away. We have to ask the public to assist us in finding her. There have been sleepless nights with that, even under
Right,
proper supervision. And
right,
your mom is your mom. So the thing about it is that, yes, she have sisters, we have other siblings there. But
right,
remember, if this wasn't a part of her with the mental illness, we have younger siblings. My mom is here, they're here, they're by themselves, they're functioning. But
right,
our judgment call was the fact of proper supervision. You understand? Because in the event that something else happens or something happened, there wasn't, no, because people are not very forthcoming with the reality of the fact that she has a problem. People are going to be skeptical. Me, next thing, why it's over a period of time, because my mom going to be, before, next thing she attacked me, next thing, people are not that open to that. And that's just the harsh reality of it.
right,
You understand? So there wasn't any forthcoming person. I told you I offered monetary payment, because this is not what we wanted. But then we
right.
had to understand that leaving her there by herself, we have to think of all the hypothetical and all the possibilities.
I think we're getting a call on the line. Call, are you live? Right along. Are you calling for the program?
No, sir, I'm calling. I want to get in touch with you.
All right, all right,
Yes,
all right.
thank you.
Okay, all right. You'll call back a little bit later. 718-701-5720 if you have any question to contribute to the program here tonight. Sister, where did the pregnancy question came from?
Well, as I said, that was one of the things my mom noticed, that she was lethargic, that she was nauseous, all the
Mhm.
signs that to show. So this is one of the things that mom, because we know she was down there for the while. So, naturally she wasn't out for any sort of intimacy outside of that. So then
Right,
so this is where it stems. So my mom, I said, okay, let's do a home pregnancy test, that by the one from the box. It was inconclusive. Blood was drawn, and then when she went to the doctor again, because she usually has, from all the medication, the ENT, there's routine checks. And she was actually in the process of being checked when she fainted. And that's when the
oh,
doctor did a second out of what we did as a family. He said, let me, because her iron was low and she fainted during checkup. So
mhm.
he administered, which would have been, I guess, the third test. So with that test now, he got a line and a half, which was inconclusive. So he administered a second test. He said, let you wait and come back, and do it over. And
Right.
this was reported to them that it wasn't a pregnancy. You understand? So this was, because again, this was things that they were working with the special victims unit. So information was being relayed between the two. You understand? So
And I guess you see the public, John Public, when it gets
Mhm.
to John Public, it how it translates,
Mhm.
it sounds kind of funny because first they said that here is it that this young lady showed is pregnant,
Mhm.
only to find out after she was not pregnant, and a few people questioning, well, was she? And I understand that
Yes.
is not the case. That is not the case. But people are even questioning. Well, this story, does this story hold water?
Right.
You know what I mean? But so
No, I
that's what I think
understand.
is good, that you could come on and explain and express the family perspective on this right here,
Yes.
because people are questioning, because this story hitting John Public from two different sides. People getting three different angles. They getting a story, then they getting another side of this. It's just kind of came out kind of contradictory,
Right.
right? So you want to, you're gonna verify, you verifying with us here on the program that it's truth on the fact that she is not pregnant.
Right.
However, the investigation is on because of the alleged sexual assault on her.
Right.
You there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay.
Right, right. The what's the next step? What is the family doing now? Or I'm hearing a lot of movements.
Oh, give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. Guys, you're watching Right Along Live. I'm going to give anyone that's watching an opportunity to call in. If you want to call in and ask any question, be a part of the conversation, you can call in this number right there on the screen, 718-701-5720. That's 718-701-5720. As we dive a little bit deeper into the story here, I'm sure you guys probably heard about it, or if you didn't, we're like possibly halfway mark, so you got to go back and watch the program again. But we have the sister on the phone, giving us the family perspective, the family look on what transpired. All right. And again, the number again, 718-701-5720. If you have a question that you want to pose, a question you want to ask, call us up right now on the number on the screen. Sister, you there? You back?
Yeah, I'm here. You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you just fine now. Songing right. Yeah, sister. So, what's the next step?
Well, the next step is for them to, to find out, do they continue the investigation? Because I mean, everybody's questioning. Okay, oh well, if she's not pregnant, remember the fact that she was showing symptoms of sign is what initiate the mom asking her, if she's pregnant, and then
Right.
from that initiation is when she disclosed, look, that she was, sex occur, and two male staff raped her and had sex with her in the institution. So, okay, of course, when I heard that, I was like, okay, we need to do that test because definitely DNA, everything is going to be even more. But okay, it was not that. But because she was not pregnant doesn't mean that the sexual encounter didn't happen, or that
Point.
that sexual abuse wasn't, because she is in an institution where she is isolated from the public, for lack of a better word, because so who is she's interacting with would be people. You understand?
Yes.
So you know so it's not okay. Well, okay. Well, I wonder if it's true because hey, she's not pregnant anymore because it's like saying, so, okay, so somebody comes in and your daughter or your comes in and she said, you know, I was raped, and then you realize, oh, there's no baby, so maybe she's not raped. Is that what you're saying? I mean, not every sexual encounter results in a fetus. You understand? Does that mean that you negate the fact that maybe the sexual encounter didn't happen? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Um, has there been test or a confirmation from any doctor that you are privy to, that in fact that she were sexually molested? Any hardcore facts? Because even if it have to go to court,
Right.
they'll ask DNA and
Right.
they'll ask those type of question. Do you guys
Right.
have anything in your possession that could confirm that it happened?
My mom went to the doctor to do, a pelvic exam because the idea is that whether or not um, Because okay, the fact is she's not a virgin, so she was sexually active. So it's not to say, well, but she went to do a pelvic exam to see if anything, if there's a possibility, because that's just pregnancy, or if anything I would have occurred, and that she's waiting on, for confirmation, because at the end of the day, there is no semen to be tested, there is no DNA from the alleged. It's her word, is what she's saying, but at the end of the day, does that mean that because she's mentally ill that you don't find out if there was some likelihood? You understand? There have been, and then the thing about it is that my mom mentioned there was actually an eyewitness who said they saw that the
Oh,
person. But the thing is, because of the mental institution, is another patient. So this brings into question their question again. You understand me?
oh,
Because that's just the real.
oh.
But does that mean that because she's mentally ill that we don't? This wasn't supposed to be and for lack of a better word, in the sense of it's supposed to be investigative, and they find out, the John public part might have happened later, whatever it is, but with the John public, that's what is out there. You understand? But the fact is, you don't say, okay, well, because she's mentally ill, then let's just take her word for it. Maybe she's in an alternate maybe it's just her reality. Maybe that's not true. We'll just sweep it under the rug and say, because the fact is there are people out there who preys on situations like that, because the person
Yes,
cannot think, oh, well, this is an opportunity for me to do that. So do I just say, okay, well, she said that, so, oh, therefore let me just, no, the idea was to investigate, to find out if it
right.
is true, because a lot of times, sometimes these things may happen, and people just sweep it under the rug and say, oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about. She's mentally incompetent. Her faculties are not all there. But then sometimes they could be really, really true. So our thing is not to go there to the public to say, but it's to find out, to give her, because she's human and things do happen. So give her
Right.
that thing of you're important, and what you're saying, we are going to look into it. You understand me?
Yes. Jeff John is asking a very important question, because you said that there was an eyewitness, but the eyewitness is also a patient, and
Hmm.
that they have questions to that. They're
Right.
questioning if it's a credible eyewitness. But what about cameras? What about cameras in the institution? Are there any other hard factual information that could convict anyone on a factual basis?
That is what I would not be able to tell you, and I do not think that they do have cameras. I mean, that would be something that out of the investigation they would conclude, or you understand. I've never technically been in there to say, well, I've seen cameras, but I know the nature of things. I don't. What are the likelihood of there being a camera all over? I don't know. I cannot tell you yea or nay. Maybe someone on the live could let me know. If there's cameras there, maybe up in the states, I might tell you yes, there's a likelihood, but I do not know, because of the institution, and how well their security footage and stuff is.
So the two persons that's on leave right now, right? Um, that allegedly did this to her. What evidence do they have on them?
That I'm just as in question as you. Nothing was disclosed to us. I even called the unit to find out. She said the person investigating, they're being thorough. They cannot give me any information yet. At the end of the day, it's them to do. You understand? I can't go in there and start. This is what they're for. They're doing the investigation, so to disclose to us. That's why I can't even tell you if the suspension happened the night when Miss Thomas said that, or if prior to. I can't, you know. I wish I was able to tell you all of those things. But the fact is, they're not. Even the report that she mentioned that went through this ministry and that ministry, we weren't privy to seeing it. I mean, is it something that they're going to let the family see, that they could read what they've found in their findings so far? No,
Yeah.
I don't. I haven't been privy to it. I don't know if they're reaching out to anybody, because my mom is up here, as I said, if they've been trying to reach anybody to let them know how far they've gone. I called to find out how is the investigation going. Can you give me an update? And I was told that the person is thorough, it's ongoing, they're doing what they're doing, and I could try calling back again, and because I didn't get in touch with the person. And
Yeah, and someone, Alexis, is saying that even if there were cameras, the staff would probably know where the cameras are. Uh, so there we go. It's sad because when someone go to any kind of institution, and I'm not saying I'm not crucifying because we don't know all the facts. At this point, we don't know all the facts.
No, we don't. It's an
The-
ongoing
It's
investigation.
an ongoing investigation at the moment. But I think extra care need to be taken, with staff members that are employed at these institutions. And and if there's one eyewitness, there probably another. And if this happened once, it probably happened before, quite possibly. So there have to be. I want to see the end of this investigation, and I hope this
Mm-hmm.
investigation is thorough.
Mm-hmm.
I hope this
Mm-hmm.
investigation go deep, 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 and find out if there is a systemic problem that's happening at these institutions. And the
Mm-hmm.
question shouldn't be why the family sent her there.
I
That
know.
is the purpose and the reason of the institution. The purpose and the reason of the institution is exactly that. So the question is not why they sent her there, right? They sent her there for the care. A lot of the question should be, and hope and pray that the investigation is thorough, and whoever, if ever anyone is found liable for that, should be prosecuted, because this should never happen in that type, in any kind of institution, not even type, any institution for that matter. uh, and it's sad. And the family is dealing with this, and there are contradiction, and people asking crazy, crazy questions as to the family, why they leave her there, they abandoned her, and she don't even really seek, and they should take care of her there. Listen, that is the institution. That is what it's for, and the family, as she rightfully said, it was a long thought out process in putting her there in the first place, but it was necessary, and that's why she was there, right?
Yeah, because this thing of remember, even in the news clip talking about she was there for no medical reason. Mental illness is not a bone that is easily mended. And okay, my bone broke, it's fixed, and I'm still in casualty every day waiting for them to put back a cast on it.
Right.
Mental illness is a continuous process, whether mild or whether, because it's a psychological thing that could have an outburst or a breakdown at any time. So it's not something that is oh, she has hypertension, how about I give her some pills, and then it's something that it's unpredictable, it's volatile,
Yes.
you never know when it could happen. So the idea of, oh, she's not mentally okay, so then you see a lot of time we spend so much time on fixing instead of being proactive and preventing. So that is what happened. It's the prevention of the possibilities that gave that judgment call for proper supervision. But then,
Yes.
oh, no, she's functional, she's stable, leave her out. And then, this happens and she's not properly supervised because at any moment, she's not violent, in that. But the fact is, we know what mental illness is, and we know and understands it. You understand? We've been doing everything we can regarding her, everything that we possible could, because this is a young person, educated person, who had a whole life ahead of her. You
Yes.
understand? And this is not something, any parent, reach out so far and then knows that she has a prime in her life when, should be out there, and the amount of sacrifices I know she make, because, it's something, I don't want to. So, the idea that they think that, oh, we just neglected her.
Yeah. And that is
This is
that
an
is that's
institution that's
not the
supposed to
truth.
be her safe haven. She's already vulnerable to stigmatization. She's already a victim because of the fact that she has a mental illness. This is going to be branded with her wherever she is. You understand? And she's vulnerable, and her judgment is impaired as it is. So everything is going to be questioned. And to think that, okay, so therefore just, oh, you know,
And sister, the sad thing about it is, and you said it right there, right? Because of the authority, or people in authority know that her judgment will be questioned, and her judgment is questioned. And in a lot of times, a lot of instances, they know it might be their word against the other person, and most likely they would choose the authority word or the person in charge word because you go listen to her in that kind of demeaning kind of way, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
You can't. Deanne Fraser said it right. We're not gonna blame her. We can't blame her, right? We can't
Hmm.
blame her. A lot has to be done to protect people, especially in a place like Monge. And this has to be taken. This has to be taken very, very seriously. Listen, we shouldn't stop and not ask questions and not pressure the authorities to do a full and thorough investigation to get answers and ensure that this type of things do not happen. If it did happen, make sure that this type of thing never
Exactly.
happen again to somebody
And
who
let
is
whoever even thinking that this they could even get away with it, that this is totally unacceptable. So even if the possibility of even thinking that, oh, their judgment is impaired, so I can take advantage of them because everything they have will be questioned, you would be so frightened.
Yeah.
That fear is there that you wouldn't even consider. You understand me? This is
Yes. Yes. Sister, I'm sorry that you and the family have to go through this, and I know you get very emotional talking about it, but it was important, however, because we would be relentless in making sure that we get answers to this and ensure that if they found anyone liable for this at the end of the investigation, I hope that the investigation is thorough, that this person should hold, they should show the book and all kind of different things at them
Hmm.
to
Yes.
make them an example,
Yes.
to make them a serious example. That's something that should never be condoned at all, at all, at all.
No, it's something that we have to look. I was looking at the video previous with the incident I think that happened where a security and one of the mental patients had a scuffle or something in that same institution. I think the security was a male and the patient was a female, and she wanted to sit there a bit longer and it's just those things are things that we have to they have a mental illness. It's a disease as any other, but it doesn't mean that they're to be taken advantage of. It doesn't mean that they because their judgment is paired that we don't listen to what is it that they have to say. They're still part of our society. You
Yes,
understand? And this
exactly.
is
And Kibbs is saying that this incident could be counterproductive to her mental state. Her illness can be worsened due to this, and who is held responsible? Somebody need to be held responsible. Somebody need to be held responsible, and somebody foot need to be held to the fire on this. And family, we're really gonna keep in touch and see what we could do as a media platform to ensure that the investigation is complete and
yes.
very thorough. And if they find someone liable for doing the person or persons found liable for doing this should be held,
Yes.
should be given the full extent of the law.
Yes, it's not enough just to have, oh, it's Mental Awareness Day. Oh,
Yes.
you got a moment of festivities for the mentally, and then this is that. Then we just have them back up there as whatever. Oh, look, they're up there, looking down. They're not past the society. They are. The whole idea is to try to get them rehabilitated back, as functional as possible. Because you're already speaking about the overcrowdedness of of the hospital. You're already talking about lack of things, so then maybe spend some time on those kind of things. That those who don't have that, they could be out there, help them to function outside, that they don't have to live in there. This is what we want for her. This
I
is
want to
what
address. I want to address a quick statement. Sorry to cut you by
no, it's
Corinne. She
okay.
says. She said, "Junior, you must get your facts right before hosting the program. There's always three sides to the story." And if you've been listening to the program, hosting, you would appreciate that I continue to say this is alleged. Uh, we are not. We're saying that the investigation is proceeding, right? And we want the investigation to proceed, a thorough investigation to be proceeded. And we are asking and pleading for that investigation to go through. If and when this investigation come back, right, this person or persons should be held fully liable and and be charged to the fullest extent of the law. I understand there's three sides to the story. We say that all the time. Every one of a story to tell. We understand that there is this side, this is the family side, and then of course the investigation might come out and reveal something that might be completely different. We are asking and pleading for a complete and thorough investigation into this case, right? Because if something like that were to happen, if something like this should happen, there should be made an example of. So something like that would never happen again to someone in an institution like that. That's what we're saying, right? So we're not holding anybody. We're not throwing the book at anybody because we don't have decide because it's still an investigation that is going on. And the sister even said it. She even said it. But
It's
that
not
does
conclusive. It's
right.
ongoing.
And that is what we're saying. So if you didn't see the beginning from the beginning to now, I urge you to go back and watch it, and then you could before you come in and make the statements. Um, how is your mother doing? How is your mother doing?
She's coping. I've just been speaking with her about it that she doesn't feel, any type of way because, obviously sometimes you feel guilt. You wonder if you should have put it off, but it's part of the human nature, especially when things like that happen.
Right.
This wasn't an easy decision. This is COVID. This is travel restriction. She coming up here wasn't a thing that oh well let me bring her up because she's going on a cruise. This wasn't for no joyride. This is in the midst of a pandemic. This is when everybody's trying to leave the states to go. Nobody wants to come up here in the midst of all of that with all those
Right.
other restrictions that come. But it's a decision that had to be made because during the COVID, all those things in them were pushed back. It was pushed back. But at the end of the day,
Yes.
it's the very same eye she needs in order to take care of her in the long run. So this was a decision that made out of the wire blue was a every T's was crossed and I was dotted. We don't just we're not a family that just go ahead helter skelter and do stuff. Every contingency was thought because she is our main thing at the end of the day. Because
Yes.
everybody else is grown. I have siblings who are younger than me. We don't have to consider where to put them because they're functional.
Right.
This doesn't come into question. But the fact is, this is something that, because she did a surgery on both of her eyes, two of
Right.
them. So she needed it. She was long overdue, as the doctor said in the note. This is something she had to do a whole medical leave. She works. You
Right.
understand? To make sure. So this wasn't something that we just, oh, she's home and she decided to just take a, no. This went through the whole process.
Yes. 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 Family, we're going to keep in touch and we're going to keep our eye on the investigation. Again, we are calling for a full, a complete investigation as they say is happening right now. We're going to press and make sure that this investigation is thorough. And if it comes out that this person or persons are found liable, they should be made an example of. So something like that never happen again. And that's what we're saying.
I'm in agreement, and I'll keep you updated. Thank you so much for the opportunity to get to speak and share our side because there's always as you say, there's your side, my side, and the one's perception. Because
Yeah.
perception would always play a part into how you read things.
and
So
it's important how you wanted to come and speak on it because the family was portrayed as you abandoned her. I think that
yes,
we want to underscore that was one of the main reasons why you wanted to talk on it because it is far from the truth to say that the family just abandoned her and threw her there and she ain't even really sick anyway, and that is not the truth. So I hope that people take away because people always go on social media and they talk a bunch of crap and they
hmm
spread a whole set of stuff on their status and they don't get the factual truth. But you are here as a family saying that is not the case. So I
no,
hope that rumors stop spreading and people get a better understanding and appreciation as to why she was there at Monge. Um,
yes.
okay.
It's like
And
you sit down saying that the person, this is the institution, this is what their mission statement, this is what they're there for, and it's the only one on the island. Unfortunately, this is what they're there. It's like saying, okay, someone is wielding a cutlass outside, but guess what? The officer inside the prison, it's not a fan of them. So, or there's a case against them. So let's leave him wielding the machete outside, because whoever is inside, there have been some reports on him. This is not a house where a child is abusing a foster care and you move them to another system. This is an institution where there's supposed to be a safe haven where your safety and so the idea of, oh, why is she even there, and she's not even sick. I mean, the thing is, until something happens, then you're gonna hear the contrary. Oh, they know she's sick and they just leave her out there. This is what it is about. It's either how did they know her? It's already deemed that she has a mental disorder and they just left her unattended, or she was not properly supervised and she did something erratic or something, and then you hear that other side. But then you take into consideration the fact that proper supervision, and this is the institution that is there for that, and you get it like, oh, she live out there, she does.
Mm, mm, mm. I thank you, sister. We're gonna
Right.
continue to follow the story. We appreciate you coming on and clear the air
Thank you
from
so
the family
much. All right.
perspective. All right.
All right. Be safe. Thank you.
Bye bye. Yeah, guys. So you know, guys, there is always multiple side to a story, right? We firmly believe that, and the family found it necessary to come on, speak, and share their side of the story. Because from the family perspective, after watching the news and after what the family is saying, after after what transpired yesterday and in the days leading up to yesterday's broadcast of the news, they are being portrayed as a neglected family, right? Now, Monge, that particular institution is specifically for the purpose that she was there for, right? She was specifically put there because she have that ailment, and Monge is the institution that deals with it. It's the only one on the island, the single one on the island, and that's why she was there. So I don't believe it's a case of neglect, ladies and gentlemen. I don't see it as a case of neglect. It's just like if you get a cut, a big cut on your foot, and you're unable to walk, or you get a stroke. You get a stroke or a heart condition, or your grandmother or your mother get a heart condition, and you take your mother from the house and you brought her to the hospital, the general hospital. You didn't neglect your mother and put her in the general hospital. You took her to the general hospital for care. So in the general hospital, the nurses and doctors would take care of her, right? Similarly, in a hospital like Mungi, if someone is ill, right, you would take them. You would first of all, there might be deliberation as to if you take them, but if you come to the conclusion and final decision that yes, it might be better for her to get care, just like if she has a physical ailment. Now this is a mental ailment. So if she had a physical ailment, you take her to the hospital, a heart condition, cardiac arrest, chest pain, but they took her there for care. That is not neglect. I don't see that as neglect. I mean, I'm probably missing something. So you probably could enlighten me on what I'm missing. So I don't see why people talking about neglect. What part of it is neglect? I don't see it. They took her there for necessary care. So I'll quit that thing about neglect. I don't see it unless I'm missing something. I don't see it. I don't see it. And I think you guys should stop um, picking up the narrative and trying to label the family as such. All right? Plain, boy, and simple. All right, guys. Anyway, we're going to continue to follow this story. We're going to continue to follow the investigation. And if the investigation reveal that someone is liable for um, sexual harassment, because this is still an allegation. I'll say it again. This is still an allegation. An allegation, right? It's alleged, right? It's alleged. This is an allegation. It's alleged. I said it a lot of times. I know I say it more than once. I want you guys to understand. This is an allegation. And the family has been judged and ridiculed, and they felt it necessary to tell their side of the story. The investigation is proceeding. We are going to follow the investigation. And if and when the investigation is concluded and we have a report, if the report indicate that the two individuals or the individual or whoever it might be is confirmed to have sexually molested this particular young lady, they should be prosecuted. Yeah, they should be prosecuted. Point blank simple. Point blank simple. Done. All right, guys. Yeah. Love you guys. Love you guys. Love you guys. Don't forget, Ridealong is a platform where everyone have a story to tell. We do believe that there are multiple sides of the story, and we want to hear all sides. And we are going to entertain to hear the accused side. We want to hear their side of the story, and we want to hear what the investigators have to say. We're going to continue to follow that story. Okay. Thank you so much. Guys, don't forget, join me tonight at 10 p.m., right? 10 p.m. It's our first show. It's called Riding After Dark. Riding After Dark. We got a special guest tonight coming up at 10 p.m. We're going to talk about tonight's topic is why is it that sex is such a taboo subject, right? Why is sex is such a taboo subject? You know, it's why? We want to hear, and we have a guest. And she, I'm not going to tell you guys who the guest is for tonight. She just, she knows about she knows a lot about those stuff. All right. So tonight, join me at 10 p.m. Put the kids to bed because we're going to be talking some serious stuff tonight. All right. It might be late night for a lot of people. 10 p.m. tonight. It's Riding After Dark. We're going to dim the lights down a bit and have some really cool adult type conversation. It's tonight at 10 p.m. Riding After Dark. Now, if you miss Riding After Dark, you're not going to see it in the morning. The program will be off Facebook. Riding After Dark tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of our program. Don't forget to support and check out. Oh, I had to tell you guys about it before I go. Hold on. Grenada Independence 46. Yeah, boom, there you go. But for those of you who have not yet gotten your Independence t-shirt, right? If you have not yet gotten your Independence t-shirt for the Grenada Independence, this is your opportunity right now. 47th anniversary of Grenada Independence. Get your t-shirt. We have hoodies, we have masks, we have t-shirt, all the colors. And of course, we have polo shirts. So get your t-shirt right now. On Saturday, this Saturday, we're going to be in Brooklyn. Right, this Saturday we're going to be in Brooklyn on our pop-up shop. Is going to be a 95th on Church, but you could get it right now online. I'm going to paste the link right at the bottom, so you could go on there and purchase your t-shirt for the Independence, for Colors Day, Grenada Independence. I want to see everybody wearing the all are we together? All are we together? Yeah, get it right now. The link is going to be posted. No cost, don't fight. Be back again tonight, guys. Catch me later. Peace out, guys. And also, Riders Headphones. Check out riderssong.com. That's riderssong.com. Online right now, riderssong.com. Ridealong Live is brought to you by Riders Song. Check out all the headphones, the bedphones, the earbuds, the professional DJ headphones at ridersong.com. Peace out, guys. Catch me later at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye bye.
You're constantly thinking of food, but sometimes you just don't want to cook or want something a little different. That's when you call Tasties, preparing meals that you really love. Tasties, our mouth-watering food, would have you coming back every day. But hold on, we only prepare meals Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for now. Call early because we have a lot to serve and we would love to serve you. Tasties, we prepare the meals you love to eat. From macaroni pie to baked chicken, provision dumpling and saltfish, stewed chicken, curry chicken, baked chicken, rice and peas, salads, and more. Please call for daily menu. Call 425-0624 or 403-0411. You can pick up your meals from us or we deliver it to you. Tasties, food that's delicious.
No?
Hey, I got some good news for you. Looking for a passionate immigration lawyer with experience that spans over 2 decades? Someone trusted that served immigrant families just like yours? Well, look no more. Now you can benefit from her personal and professional experience. Diane Winter Funde. Schedule a consultation now and get assistance with your immigration journey. Specialize in adjustment of status, B1 business visa, B2 visitors visa, consular processing, deportation defense, naturalization, and more. Give us a call today at 813-815-3529. That's 813-815-3529 or online at winterimmigration.com. Attorney Diane Winter Funde. Law done differently.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Michael.
You may have to, or you could capture the other, those that didn't, you have to download from the computer.